Hello everyone, since this is actually Halloween season, and I technically have done the words or questions of the day thing, I think I would just do questions to actually, if I could have a panel, or if there was a panel that actually had all the Goosebumps writers, or at least the ones that created the tunes and everything, and the casting and everything, what questions would I ask? So yeah, this is what the video is going to be centered around, is exactly if I was able to ask everyone who knows the answer, who was actually worked on the Goosebumps series, these questions. These are the questions I would ask. Number one, when it comes to Goosebumps, how did you get the theme? The theme the theme is so very simple, and it does actually bring chills on your spine. Maybe it's because you also did the visuals as well, but still, I mean, it's very iconic. That song is truly iconic and never can actually be topped. Truth be told, it couldn't actually be topped. I mean, yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark did become a household name as well, but you do have to admit, Goosebumps versus The Nightmare Room versus The Haunting Hour. Well, technically, I think The Haunting Hour could actually make it, but The Nightmare Room actually failed. I think you only just had one season, so it couldn't really always be iconic. Chances are, you just have to know what the theme is. But when they hear your theme, it's like, I know what that theme is. I know exactly what theme song that is to what show. So I just wanted to know, when it comes to creativity, how did you come up with that theme song? Because it really is quite a good theme song if you really listen to it. Number two would just basically be that out of the 74 episodes, some of them are actually two-parters, which actually cut it even shorter. My question would be, how come you didn't actually do all of the books of Goosebumps? I mean, how come you just didn't make all of them? And given, yes, you might actually have to say, but we are at a tight budget, or maybe it's just the fact that you wouldn't know what seasons you could do, or something. I just want to know exactly, why did you skip? Especially, why did you skip Monster Blood 2, 3, and 4? Especially that. I mean, I can already know why you skipped Night of the Living Dummy. I can tell. And it brings up to the next question is, how come you guys made a new version of Slappy, even though, yeah, how come you didn't go with the book version? Even, I mean, I can really understand why, because technically that's Mr. Wood, and all the other covers just resembles the fact that Mr. Wood is still present, because that technically is Mr. Wood, but in the newest dummy called Slappy. Yeah, so it's kind of like I can understand, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, how come you didn't go for that version? Because, yeah. But anyways, yeah, the one that you created, which is another good question, is what made you come up with that one? I mean, creating Slappy, exactly. It's kind of like, did you have any variations of what Slappy would look like, and can you show us? That's just one other thing. Of course, one final Slappy question would be, how did you make him move and everything? Yes, I saw that for Rocky in Night of the Living Dummy 3, there was someone who dressed like him, but I just want to know that when you came to the whole Slappy moving around stuff, did you actually pick the same person every single time? Which, yes, I know, I could look it up, but did you guys actually have the guy and then made it worth his while? Because that guy could cash in. I mean, seriously, that guy can cash in, especially the one who played Slappy's voice. He can cash in as well. So it's kind of like, yeah. Yeah, one I really wanted to look at was the uh, I forgot what it was. Something about Pasadena. You had that big stupid idiot who was frozen in the ice, and then it turns out the ice or the snow that they were made can actually freeze stuff and all that. I would have loved to see that one in an actual episode, especially one certain part that I remember that I so enjoyed. So it's kind of like, yeah. And then with the creative parts, because you guys might have read the books or you got the gist of it, how come you changed some stuff around? Like, for instance, which, yeah, some of them is for the good. Some of them, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you didn't do it. Like, for instance, be careful what you wish for. It turns out that Samantha turns into a bird and then fly away and then forever stays a bird, which technically resembles what happened with Tobias in Animorphs. The fact that he morphed into a freaking falcon, and then after that he stayed a falcon because he forgot to morph back within an hour. And then all of a sudden, well, he can transform back and forth, but then when it's all over, he decides to be a freaking bird and forget himself and just, even though he has a mom, even though he knows who his mom is, he knows who his dad is. It's kind of like, yeah, I would prefer he actually just go back to his human form, and then if they still have the cube, let him touch it again, and there you go. You can still morph into a hawk, enjoy yourself, but it's kind of sad what happened with Tobias. Really is. But still, there's lots of freaking books that you could have done for Goosebumps. Heck, I would have liked all 65 have been done. That would have been cool that all 65 of them have been done. I mean, given, yes, you did many of those that actually deserved them, of course. But I'm just saying, Monster Blood personally should have got all of them incarnated. All of them. I mean, really. I mean, more Monster Blood, aka Monster Blood 1.5, I was okay with it. I was okay with it. It added to the story of what happened in between, which I wish you could do that too. Just the fact that you'll have more Monster Blood 2, more Monster Blood 3. You don't have to do a more Monster Blood 4 because it's kind of like, yeah, we don't want to see what happens in that point. Yeah, that's kind of sucky on that one. But still, you know, yeah. Well, I guess the only thing else to ask, let me just make sure I've asked all I wanted to, which I think that was everything. The one thing that I would truly like to ask would be, after the Goosebumps movie, which I maybe you guys are involved with it, maybe you guys weren't involved with it. My question would just be, as soon as the movie ends, would y'all guys have any plans of actually making Goosebumps series or back again or TV series? Yeah, I mean, you have like better technology and stuff. So would you actually maybe revisit and actually do some of the books that you didn't do, along with the new stuff like the Goosebumps Most Wanted, or heck, maybe Escape from Horrorland, which that could be a crazy, crazy miniseries. Very crazy miniseries. You can make it 1 hour, do the books. I think there might have been 12 in all. I'm not sure. But anyways, it would have been something very, very crazy to actually watch. I believe that that would be very crazy to actually watch happen. So yeah, that's basically all the questions I would ask if there was a Goosebumps panel. Chances are I would hog up the mic. But of course, they don't like that type of stuff. I really hope that if I did go to a Goosebumps panel, that everyone's very, very shy, because it's kind of like it's been so long. But of course, I bet there's like lots of people who have questions too. All I would like is just my questions to be answered, along with many others that I didn't have an idea for. So thank you for listening, and yeah, tell me, what would you guys ask if there was a Goosebumps panel? Would you ask the fact of, did they know that Ryan Gosling and Hayden Christensen actually was gonna be big, or like many other questions and all that stuff.